Hi, Susie.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good to hear.
You?
I would say so. It's quite hot. I'm not sure how it is.
I know.
So, trying to beat the heat.
Hmm.
How is the preparation for the symposium going?
We are researching.
Good.
We were attending three of us the webinar.
I saw.
Uh,
Thank you so much. It was so good to see you there.
and yeah, we were having another call after that, the team, and
Awesome.
we chose a direction to target the Chinese market, and we are researching now on that individually actually, and we plan to have another call soon
Great.
about it.
Very good. And is everything okay now with your ticket? Last time we spoke.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. Did you get a chance to fill in the form now that you
Mm-hmm.
have your ticket info? Perfect.
Yes, I did it.
Awesome. Well, golden team. I mean, come on. I
Are you
s-
able to see me?
no, actually not. I don't think your video is on.
Now you can. No.
No, still
So
nothing.
I don't know. I don't know.
Today your computer is camera shy.
Okay, now I'm not sure what I did, but I'm not sure you're.
Uh,
Are you
I can hear
okay?
you. Yeah, I can still hear you. You're coming back and forth, but the video is still disabled. But don't worry,
Oh,
it's okay.
okay.
As long as I can hear you.
Okay.
Good. And
So
we,
today will be more groups or?
yeah, today I decided to do it a little bit differently. First of all, because by now and at this point we won't really be discussing your specific presentations, but you will also get a chance to meet some other people from the same stream, of course. And I see
Mm-hmm.
we have another lovely lady on the phone. Eliza is with us. She's from another team. Hello, Eliza.
Hi, how are you?
We're good. We're just the two of us today for now. um, Apart from you and myself, we have Susie. She's from one of the other teams that are working on Lake Louise.
Cool.
Hi.
So, as I said, I was trying to make it a little bit different today. We're not going to have team calls, but rather two slots for the three main teams that I work with. And maybe some other people will join as well.
Okay.
Great. How are you feeling, Eliza? Are you doing better?
Oh yeah, I'm so much better. I went to the doctor and got some antibiotics and everything, so it's all good. I'm still like, at the final ends, but
Mm.
luckily I'm all better before I leave. So
Oh yeah, it would be a shame if you are going to the symposium all sick.
yeah.
Awesome. I'm so happy to hear you're doing better.
Thank you.
How's the weather in Perth?
Like it's winter now, so it's raining. It never gets cold, but it's been like,
Good.
17, 15 degrees.
Me and Susie, we are frying over here in the
Yeah.
north side of Europe. Yeah, we're having incredible heat waves, so it's really
Yeah, you guys fun. When I was over there, I think Australia is like hotter, but we're better prepared for it. Like your guys' houses are meant to keep in the warmth, and so I feel like you guys summer feels hotter over there because you don't have as much like aircon. But then winter over here feels colder because we don't prepare as well.
Yeah, well, I guess that very soon it's going to change for all of us with all these drastic weather conditions.
Yeah.
We'll see. Cool. Okay, how are things on your team? Is everything okay? Is everything progressing well?
Yeah, I mean, we've delegated what's the word? We've delegated different people to different solution sections. I don't know. We've delegated the work out, and it's kind of just everyone's progressing. But we're still working, in Google Drives and Google Docs, so it's still everyone can contribute. But it's just we found it'd be easier to split it up a bit so it can work more efficiently.
Awesome. That's great. Okay, and now we have a gentleman on the call, and I officially have representatives from all the 3 teams. Hi, Matteo.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm fine,
Great.
trying to. Yeah.
Is everything okay on your end? How's the weather like in Italy?
No, I'm in London now. I'm studying in London. Yeah.
You're back in London. You were traveling from London last time or to London?
Yeah, no, I'm based in London. I come from Milan, actually.
Okay.
I live in London, yeah.
Nice. Milan is lovely.
Yeah, but it's boiling now.
Yeah. I hear in London is crazy as well. Good.
I'm trying to activate the video with the scarce result.
I think that none of you guys can activate your videos today. It feels like everyone is camera shy.
No, I'm terrible at settings. Well, whatever. I mean, it's fine.
Don't worry, you guys. As long as we can hear each other, it's perfectly fine. After all, we'll be seeing a lot of each other very soon. So, are you guys getting ready for the symposium? Packing, checking, apart from the presentation work, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I leave Tuesday for Canada, so in 2 days.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going early to travel a bit because it's quite a long flight to make, so I thought I might as well see a bit beforehand.
Awesome. You mentioned that, but I don't remember whether you were going to be in Calgary all the time or traveling around.
No, I'm going to Toronto, Ottawa, Vancouver, then Calgary, and then I'm staying there for a bit and going to Banff, hopefully, for a little bit as well.
Awesome. Okay, well, you'll be our person on the ground.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, you guys, since I have a person from each team, let me just take the opportunity to ask, how are the dynamics in the teams? Is everybody participating equally still? Is everything going around? Any conflicts, any issues, anything you want to raise or ask? Nothing?
So I can start.
Okay, please.
I think by us everything's like really fine. We had like 2 or 3 calls already with the team. We have Fede, who is really, really enthusiastic about the whole project, and she's really keeping the group together. She's really excited about solving this project, and I mean, we had some issues with the internet connections and with some persons from the group traveling. and the issues like that, and the different time zones, especially with Dominica, who had to wake up during the night to be able to talk to us. So we had these kind of difficulties, but in the rest, I think we are really cooperating, and I think they're really a cool group.
Yeah. But even if you had the difficulties, it seems like you were working around them as far as I understand. Perfect. Awesome. What about you, Eliza? I mean, it was so sweet when I had your email saying, just to let you know, I'm sick. My team knows everything's okay. I don't want to seem like I'm not participating. Everything's good. I mean,
Yeah, well, it just made it hard to, because all the calls I have to wake up in the morning at like really kind of ridiculous hours. And so when I was sick, probably wasn't the best idea to do that. But no, it seems to be going really well. It's a little harder with the time zones are quite random, so it's quite difficult to organize. And I don't think we've been able to get everyone on one call yet, because as well we have a girl who in her country they don't have Skype and they don't have another chat service, and Google Hangouts she has like a lot of problems with, because I think they regulate it quite a lot. But we're still communicating via message quite constantly, and we still organise quite regular calls, so everyone seems to be kind of in the loop. But I mean, I think it'll get better as the project kind of goes on.
it's almost there. You guys have what, literally a week and a half? But it's great to hear that you're working around the differences and you're staying in constant communication, even though you had so much challenges, let's say. I have to tell you, it's part of how it is. I mean, it's the same in real life. Sometimes, even in the most organized and corporate environment, you get differences like this. For example, with the client that I'm currently working with, we can't really seem to get on a good connection for our conference calls, and we have like 20 a week, so it's difficult because the different platforms clash. They are a very secure environment, they're a bank, so whatever we try, it clashes, and it's a pain, but we're working around it, so you're getting real life experience for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. What about you guys, Matteo? Is everything all right with you? Are you communicating properly? Everybody participating equally?
Yeah, we have the WhatsApp group on which we text, especially when deadlines are approaching, to coordinate. For example, in choosing the logo and the name was the most recent one. We didn't have a webinar like this, but we keep in touch and they are responsive. So we have a Google Drive file on which we posted our ideas, and we will work on that. So I think it's going good. I mean, nothing like the previous experience with the X-Culture. That was a bit of a nightmare, I have to admit.
Wow. So at least you're getting better, at least from your experience side.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't have to wake up at 2 in the morning on Sunday and then work until 7 and then go to university because my teammates were not working.
Okay.
Yeah, this time is much better.
Good. Happy to hear. And I saw most of you guys, I think at least the 3 of you I saw on the webinars. So very much thank you for that. Did you enjoy the webinar with Lake Louise?
Yeah, it answered kind of most of the questions that we had, which was good. And it was nice to kind of be talked to kind of and hear it that way as opposed to having to read a big document. I thought it was quite comprehensive and quite good.
Awesome. Great.
And I think that now we understand better what they want.
Great. Good. So we are going to have also the opportunity to visit like Louise, you know. I think it was the Wednesday, as far as the current version of the program is. You'll be able to see it on site. And also we'll have representatives earlier in the symposium day. So if there are any questions, you'll be able to ask them then, and hopefully get your answers. We are still collecting questions, so if something really, really important pops up, don't hesitate to write back to me or any of the other ambassadors, so we can collect and relay those to the company. But also, as Tim mentioned during the webinar itself, it's all about your creative idea. I mean, yes, it's very good to have the background, but don't get too much into the numbers. So if you have something interesting to present, go for that. And keep in mind that you have 15 minutes for your pitch. So the most important things would be to be concise and to stand out. If you have an idea that is different than a simple PowerPoint, go for it. I mean, last year, as far as I know, there were people who even brought 3D models.
It goes by far beyond.
Yeah. The thing is, imagine the company itself. So you're there for several hours on end because it's a number of teams. Each team has 15 minutes, and you sit there and you listen to presentation after presentation after presentation. After the third one, it gets blurry and boring at a certain point in time because everybody might repeat the same thing over and over again. So do whatever you can to stand out and make it a conversation. I mean, just use this time to be with your client. You have 15 minutes with your client. That's precious. Use it as best as you can. Like, what can I give you as an example? For example, when we did the presentation with my team, we had printed out tickets for a party, and we were handing them around all throughout the symposium. And the customer thought that those were actually tickets. They were intrigued. So we used this as a conversation point, and we got remembered for it. I mean, there were still people talking about what are these tickets, what is this party, and whatever. And it's a very simple thing that you can organize beforehand. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Also, what I would like to say is try and have a draft ready before you get to the symposium. Yes, when you get there, you'll be able to work intensively because you'll all be together. You'll be able to see the actual site, so you'll have more ideas, more to add. But keep in mind the time is very limited. We have a symposium full of activities. So for one side, you're limited from that. But also time flies. You have what? We arrive on the Sunday in the best of cases, and on Friday is the presentation time. So this would be the time when you present your challenges. You have just a couple of days, and what I would say the best would be to use those days for practice, because this is something that you cannot really do online. You can, but it's difficult. So try to have a draft ready before you leave for Calgary, whether it be the presentation or just like bullet points or, yeah. Keep in mind also that in Calgary, the ambassadors as well as some other helpers will be available to do checks with you, to check the presentation if you want to see how your flow is and give you some feedback. So if you need that, just tell us and we'll do it on site, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And make sure that your presentations are concise, you know, bullet points, not sentences, visual cues. You know, the people will not be able to read it through if it's a solid text. And besides, they will not pay attention to you and what you're saying if your presentation is a solid text. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Do you guys have questions, concerns, anything you want to address, anything you want to talk about?
We have to prepare just this presentation or also a report?
Just the presentation. So there's no report that needs to come out of this as an outcome. Okay. There's nothing that you need to hand out. You just have this 15 minutes and the pitch. And the presentation can be anything you want it to be. Okay, it could be a PowerPoint, it could be a Prezi, you could use Pecha Kucha, for example, if you want to have just visuals.
What?
Pecha Kucha?
Yeah, Pecha what?
Let me just type it in the... So Pecha Kucha is a service. It basically, it's a platform that helps you create a 3-minute video with just pictures. And each picture is queued after a certain point in time. I think it was a 3-minute video, but you have to check it out. The thing is, because it's all automated with Pecha Kucha, you have to be absolutely in sync and trained, you know, because every picture starts after a certain amount of time. But it's a very visual medium, and it's kind of an interesting way to present. Think about a TED Talk. It could be something like this in terms of visual presentation. But the point here is just try to be different, try to be more visual about it, and don't limit yourself to a PowerPoint. Yeah, the PowerPoint is the way we usually go, but it could be anything. Let your imaginations fly. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for the advice.
Yeah, thanks for the suggestion.
No worries. That's why we're here for, to help you out, make your product the best. I mean, all about a healthy competition. I have 3 teams here, and I think you guys are all winners. So do your best, please, and enjoy yourself. I mean, that's the most important thing, I believe, to enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you. Another point I wanted to remind you of, if you haven't already, please fill out the arrival time form. I'm going to paste it again in the chat. And if you haven't done that, please check out and fill it in. Make sure that everybody on your teams have filled it in. It's really, really important. From one side, it's information for us to be able to see where everybody is and when everybody is arriving, but also I believe that the airport authority is trying to prepare something interesting for us, so they will need to know when you arrive. And by now, I think you should have your tickets. I mean, it's only a week away.
If we've already filled it out, do we have to refill it out, or?
Only if something has changed in the information that you provided.
Okay.
Because, for example, some people had filled it out before getting their tickets, and they were just using estimated dates and estimated times of arrival. So now that they hopefully have their final dates and final times, it would be great to have those and not the estimations. But if you filled it out already, perfect. Check. Make sure that everybody on your team has filled it out, please. Okay. Cool. Great. Anybody else in terms of questions, concerns?
No.
No? You're all good? You know what to
Yeah.
pack, you know what to write, you know what to give. Amazing.
The weather, more or less.
That's an interesting thing. Well, I went online and checked the weather for the week that we are going to be there. So it was mild, let's say in the high 20s in terms of degrees. What Dr. Bowmanis mentioned is that when she was there, it was quite cold. She was there last month or the beginning of this month. Especially given that we are going to go to Lake Louise, which is in the mountains, it would be a good idea to have an extra jacket just in case because it might get cold. Be prepared. I would say be prepared. Have some clothes that are more for seasons as opposed to clothes that are summer only. Because yes, it's summer over there, but it's summer in the mountains, you know.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. You know, here in my country, because we're a mountain country, we have a saying. When you go into the mountains, if it's winter, bring food. If it's summer, bring clothes. Yeah. So yeah. Also, keep in mind, we'll be posting very soon the dress codes, but for the majority of the conference, you have to be business casual. We also have the formal gala on Friday, and we have the hoedown on Monday evening. Not on Monday, but on Sunday evening, sorry. So keep those as well in mind. And wear something that you're going to be comfortable in.
So when will that get posted?
I'm hoping in the week to come, but since it's not up to only me, I cannot give you an exact date.
Because I'm flying to Canada on Friday, so it would be nice to have it soon.
Okay. I'll make a note of that and push the others.
Thanks.
Because we
So
are
I doubt it will be up by the time I leave. So it's business casual for the symposium, and then we need a formal. How formal is formal?
To be honest with you, I believe it's up to everybody to decide what formal for them is and what is comfortable for them. If we go off from what happened in Miami and Macerata last year, there were people wearing gowns, like evening gowns for the ladies and formal costumes and suits for the gentlemen. We are going to be in a very classy location. It's the Petroleum Club in Calgary. And we have a formal team planned out. So something elegant, I would say. Me personally, I'm not the ball gown kind of girl. It's really very uncomfortable. So I have a two-piece, let's say, prepared. But again, it's elegant and formal. I hope that answers the question.
Okay.
But yeah, so something of this sorts. Think about a cocktail business evening. What would you wear to something like this? You're having a formal business dinner with clients. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And also, you know, business casual is still a stretch as well. I mean, for some people, business casual is jeans and a blazer. So yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And yes, please bring a jacket for Lake Louise. It might get cold over there. We don't want you to get sick. Sure. Good. Any other concerns, you guys? No?
No.
So you're also going to travel, Matteo, around?
Yeah, I'm visiting a friend in Vancouver, and then I'm moving to Calgary 5 days before the beginning of the symposium.
Awesome. So you might meet Eliza somewhere over there because she's also traveling around and she'll be in Vancouver at the point.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
It would be funny, honestly, if you guys meet by chance over there.
Yeah, small world.
Very, trust me. Okay, good.
Okay.
So if you guys don't have any further questions or points, maybe we can close this for today.
Okay.
I do have a second slot, a couple of hours in the future. So if you feel like it, you're more than welcome to join if you want to. If not, the Facebook group is always open. Emails are always a good way to communicate. Make sure that you enjoy yourself, Matteo and Eliza, in your time before Calgary, and don't get lost.
Don't
It's a
worry.
big country. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in Calgary. Hopefully, we can have another call like this next weekend, but I'm sure that for Matteo and Eliza, this would be the last one before we see each other, right? Probably. Good.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, guys, for today.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.